Hello everyone, Eric Rogers here with Scott Tash. Today is Testimonial Friday, and what we're going to do today, we had a gentleman lined up, Brian, and he is out of town actually for business, and what we're going to do is round robin. So you can see the little photograph here of the cartoon. We're going to round robin because we have regional account managers that are in attendance today that are going to help share some stories, success stories, and if you are a sales associate or you are looking at us as a prospect, this is going to give you an idea from people in the field, recruited just like you, who are out there doing it, creating that book of business, that residual business that we pay full commissions regardless of your monthly production. So we want to get to that. Now, the first thing I would like to cover, though, is most of you know that today is Friday. Yeehaw, did you hit your goals? Second of all, though, it is also the 13th. And what if I told you this is just another day?
Yes.
Yes, it is Friday the 13th. So be careful out there, guys. We want to make sure that you are having a beautiful Friday the 13th. For those movie buffs out there, it's hard to miss this one, right? It's so bad, it's good. We want to make sure that you are still getting it today. This could be a nice lead-in as a lead for our regional account managers out there with a business. So let's go ahead and get back to the round robin. And again, we've got regional account managers. I know John Taylor is going to help share with us today. And but first, we're going to start with our trainer extraordinaire, Scott Tash. Take it away.
Well, I had an interesting couple of experiences this last week, and so I'd like to share them, and a perspective on what really success is, and what kind of a testimonial this is. I have a Ram, two of them I'm going to talk about a little bit. One just came on, and his success is he has gone through the training, and his first call back to me was, I have now been in contact with 6 of my friends that have businesses. I have 2 of them that I have appointments to go see, and one that wants to talk to me over the phone. And this is in his first 3 days of listing out all of his friends and then doing exactly what we ask him to do, which is just contact him and ask him if they could help with the business. And he's already getting his proposals in. So I consider that a testament to just following, a step-by-step. And he's got no experience at this whatsoever, but he just took the faith and went out and tried it. And I had another one of my Rams call me up and go, I went out and tried what you said to do, and it really worked. So, well, certainly it works. But the experience I want to talk to you about is I have a Ram that is local here who wound up, we had a large restaurant chain, and we actually were able to get the statements for it. And they do several $1 million a year in business. And we got the statements, and lo and behold, they've got great rates. I'm telling you, we cannot justifiably be able to go in and really make a change. We might be able to save them $100 a month, but that doesn't merit being able to make all the switches that they would have to make. So at that point, you go back and say, yes, we can, but you have to give them good business advice. And that is, the reality is that the changeover is not worth doing. So the suggestion is you go back and utilize this information that we're giving you and just have your current processor drop your rates this much so that you can have that. And then you'll have the best rate and don't have to make any changes. Now, do we make any money doing that? No. But what that did do was open up a trust factor with a gentleman who is in contact with lots of other people in his industry and others that don't quite have the rates that he was able to negotiate. He had a previous business prior to that, had a great relationship for 5 years with his processor, and got them to set up the best rates that they possibly could when he opened up his new restaurant chain. And so he had a good start, but all of his friends don't have that same type of processor. And really, he never had recommended that to any of his competition, but he'll recommend us. And so the success out of that, and the big testimonial is, if you treat people properly, even when you're not going to benefit, they'll still be able to benefit you, because that trust and that now has made him a person who will refer additional business to us. Not because we were able to service him, but because we validated the things that he had and treated him fair and honestly. And so that's one step closer to making more money, and that's the goal of everything. The goal is to, if we can help people to make them share and save them money, that helps and we both win. But if I can't, and I can't, and they don't want to make that change, but if I treat them properly, then you pivot right there and say, gee, you've been able to benefit from my service to you, even though we're not going to be able to move forward with this. Who else would you recommend that you could endorse that if I went to them and said, hey, Joe said that it would be okay to call on you, and I would like to, or maybe you would even be willing to shoot a quick email out to your buddies or a text and say, hey, you really should talk to this guy so that he validated some things, and I think you'll find that you may be able to save some money with him. That type of personal endorsement goes far, because I'm going to get business out of it for my RAM. My RAM's going to get business out of it, and the RAM is extremely encouraged because now he's got 4 more businesses to go call on than he never had before. So
and just to cut in, this has personally happened to me. I did not get a business. And they really did work. This guy split pennies, and this is where he's the guy where 2 and 3%, he understands what that really is to his bottom line on Visa, MasterCard transaction fees. It's a big deal. Any little bit counts. And didn't get his business, buddy, but I got 2 other ones afterwards on his referral. So he's like, listen, if this guy can, meet or beat my rate, he's going to take care of you. And it really is the best referral you can get.
And there's other reasons why people won't want to make changes. They may be tied up with their processor. They may have contracts or terms, or they just, they're big businesses and they don't want to make a big change all at one time, and they do things in stages. That doesn't mean they're not going to recommend you to other businesses that can make changes immediately. And that has happened to me twice personally. And so I don't want to, freak you guys out with the size of the businesses that I'm dealing with, but they're very good, and they do very well. And that type of personal recommendation from a trusted person and a partner in business with them in another respect goes miles to validate when they say to you, we would never be talking to you if it wasn't for XYZ that referred you. But because of that, it opens doors. So remember, who you talk to and how you treat them, that don't say okay and walk off and not talk to them. Develop those relationships and develop those referral chains. You never know who somebody else knows that may be able to be a part of our business and help us grow and help you make money.
Right, and for our prospects that are able to view today's webinar and our sales associates, what I'm doing in the background here is giving you a glimpse at what type of training you actually are going to get. Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP training. Guys, this is a $3,000 to $5,000 course on your own. You got it here. So this is stuff that is available, and I call it stuff because, man, it is good stuff, right? Just like the movie. And this is stuff that will make you better, and we are here to help you from day one. Here's your timeline. And do not forget this for my older folks that have been here that are...
Pull up a website called itsgreattraining.com.
Yeah, hang on here one second.
I want you guys to see something on our website, itsgreattraining.com, just to let you know where all of this training comes from and who the mentor program that I worked with for 14 years and is in partnership with, Paul Webb. Read that, Tim.
International Training Solutions, Inc. is an on-demand sales and marketing performance training company that has helped over 41,000 sales and marketing professionals achieve incremental, sustained, and predictable revenue growth. So this is with clients ranging from 180 of the Fortune 500 corporations that are out there, service professionals to vehicle manufacturers to national associations. ITS Inc. use unique sales and marketing technology and methodology.
NLP.
Yep, NLP to teach its clients. Paul Webb to the left. Guys, this is what we've got on our training modules. So when you engage with Merchant Careers and First Direct Financial, I want to stress this, that this is part of
this is your training.
What you get. Now, if you're a RAM, check this out. Regional Account Manager. So we give you a little bit here. You're going to get, actually, we give you a lot for our sales associates. But, man, if you step up to the plate, double your income, I don't know why anyone would do it any other way. Where can you start a business for $100 a month and outfit it?
Oh, wow.
Nowhere. Yeah, so don't step over $1 to pick up a nickel. You hear it all the time, but look at all the additional sales training that you're getting from Scott Tash, Paul Webb, and Merchant Careers. Additional. We're going to help you through everything. And then, of course, you've got your live trainings Monday through Friday, and these are recorded just like today. So you are able to hear on Fridays from folks out in the field. Now today, as if I know a lot of people tune in about 10 minutes late here, guys, we had a gentleman lined up today. He's out of business. So we're going to round robin. You've heard from Scott Tash and his personal testimonial, and I think it's invaluable, the fact that he went over a merchant that he didn't get. It's okay, right? Maybe you don't get him now, I'll get you later, right? You know, and you can look at it that way too, and you know, and be a professional and keep that going. Now, what I'd like to do is open this up. We've got John Taylor on the line. I think many of you have heard from him. John Taylor actually surprised us. So for all of you prospects and maybe sales associates or RAMs that really aren't going 100% at this business yet, to make sure that we're going to hold up to our end, John came out, right, unannounced, and checked us out. So he saved everybody a plane ticket to come to Arizona, which, by the way, we're going to hit 100 again today. You know, at my little condo complex, there were people putting sunscreen on at 7:30 in the morning. So, you know, it's here. But John made a visit, checked us out, talked to us face to face, looked us in the eye. And John, what I'd like to do is unmute you. Let me make sure. It looks like you're muted on your side, John, on your computer. There you go. John, you've got the floor. Yep, you sound good. Yep,
right.
You sound good.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. This is like such an honor for me to do this. I had no idea I was going to be talking. I come up here every day here and you know, get into this deal and listen, and I learn. But my goodness, this thing has come so far. I was one of the guys who started this, or was original with this, back, what was it like, Eric? Turkey Day, something like that?
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, and yeah, we didn't have, you know, half the bullets in our holster that we do now. And guys, this is impromptu. John had no idea we were putting him on the spot today. So,
and that's really valuable. But to see how far this company has come so far in just a short period of time is awesome. I mean, we got Scott. He's training us. You can't even imagine what that's worth. I mean, just that alone is worth $99 a month, I would think. Scott, am I right?
Yeah, Scott. He's like, Scott goes, well, I hope so. Yeah. So
no, Roto-Rooter spent $186,000 to train 86 people.
Exactly.
You guys hear that? So yeah, you guys are getting top-notch training. We're going to be here. We've done it before too. We've been in the field working it. We know, you know, what you're doing. But man, residual income is a big deal. And John, tell them a little bit maybe about your background and how that ties in as well. Just how important having, you know, to work today to get paid tomorrow is, especially, you know, in this economy and the way things are. I mean, not a lot of people have a pension out there, right? You know?
Yeah. Well, thanks for that lead-in, because like you said, I didn't expect to be talking today. I was just going to learn. My background is I came from 20 years on nuclear submarines in the Navy. I was a command master chief on a nuclear submarine, retired in 1996. And it scares me that that's over 20 years ago now. But after that, I got invited to start a company. And many of you out there, I don't know where you're from, but you've heard of it, Liberty Tax Service. And the founder and CEO of that company asked me to get involved and let's start this new company. And it's just gone gangbusters, but that's because we decided to build a company with great people. Kind of segues back to why I flew out to meet these guys. I'm not going to get involved with jokers or people that don't know what they're doing. I was very satisfied. I came back from that visit unannounced, pretty much. It was very much, it was a surprise. And I came back knowing I had friends. I had people that really wanted to see me succeed. And so that kind of grabbed right into what I believe in. And so, you know, in between then, I've done some other things. I'm an international wrestler for the United States. I just got back, well, it's almost getting ready to go back, but in October of last year, competed in the World Freestyle Wrestling Championships for the United States on Team USA. Came back with bronze medal, and so until this October when we compete in Warsaw, Poland, I'm third in the world. So my goal is to get rid of that bad omen and come back with a prettier medal for the people in this country. So anyway, I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear, but I'm here to tell you that I've watched great companies and have taken part in building great companies. And this company right here is doing the things that kind of, you got to say, you know what, I think they're on the right track, and they're proving it pretty much daily. Anybody got questions?
Yeah, and no, I just wanted to make a comment here, guys. This is from a Ram in the field. He's got, you know, working with Julie Rowe, National Sales Director for a regional account manager. You are assigned somebody, and you kind of have the red phone where you can give them a call, say, hey, listen, I've really got a question I'm not real clear on, and you're going to get that support. So, you know, and this is something that is invaluable because we're not just saying here's your business, we're going to pay you great residuals, we're going to pay you residuals every month regardless of your production. Some people work better with a quota, but you do not have one. This is your own business. However, you've got a support model here where we changed the model in this business. We want you, we are tied to you right to your hip, that if you do not succeed, we're not in it. The $99 a month doesn't even cover. We actually are losing money, especially in the first 6 months. So again, do not step over that dollar to pick that nickel up. Why not get paid twice the money for the same work for years? You know, this is something that I think Marilyn York, Aaron Marmol, I think most of you guys understand that you're able to do. You know, and for example, this is something that, and let me just look through the questions here as far as back from the dentist. So John, you sounded great. John actually had a fat lip while he's talking. Anyone who's been to the dentist and has gotten numbed up understands. So John, you sounded great.
Thank you.
That is perfect. Looks like here Aaron Marmol, he was would like to participate as well, and you know, what I want to do is, first and foremost, I'm going to get Eva on here because she's got Alpha Graphics is on board, guys. And let me go ahead and unmute. Eva, are you, go ahead and unmute yourself on your end there, Eva.
Morning, crew.
Morning. Yep, you're good to go, Eva. And John, I'll go ahead and, while Eva is getting started, I'll go ahead and mute you up so you can go ahead and eat your lunch there. So go ahead, Eva. You've got full. Now, Eva is just, by the way, guys, is a Ram in Los Angeles, and So she hangs out with Clooney and, you know, all these guys
Oh,
and the
yeah.
nightclubs and all that. Yeah, that's her. No, tell them a little bit about Alpha Graphics. For those of you, you know, looking to brainstorm ideas, we do this earlier in the week. But let's hear it from somebody that's actually out there, done it, and succeeded.
Well, yesterday morning I went to a business networking meeting, not BNI, but another one. 7:15 in the morning. I was actually approached by the chamber when I went there from a couple chamber members that were there, and Lynn showed up, who was so excited to see me and was so raving about the system again, and told everybody at the meeting how proud and how lucky she was that I joined the chamber, and her clients are happier. Things are fast. There's no problem, and her employees are ecstatic. So we're meeting for lunch next week because she wants to take me out to lunch, and we're going to do some more talking, and she has some other people that she wants to introduce me to. So we're starting some mingling that way. I'm going to do this group. I think it's a little small, but it'll grow. And before I go on,
Well,
John, thank you again for your service. I got to keep saying that because my vets are my heart. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding. And I want everyone to just kind of, you know, let's recap Eva here for a second. Do you see what she's doing? Networking groups, the breakfast clubs. While everyone else is sleeping, Eva is getting referrals from a satisfied client, you know, and it took her just grabbing one. And these chamber and these, you know, these small groups, it's not who you see every morning, it's who they know.
Amen.
Yeah, and that's an awesome testimonial, guys, and that's Eva, who's in the field just like you, recruited just like you, and you know it didn't start super fast or easy, did it, Eva? It took a little bit of you not quitting. Yes.
Oh,
And
no,
remember,
it's
the
taken
law of
some time, and
reciprocity works.
it's helped. And the other thing is, you know, Scott, again, I thank you because you have helped out a lot. And like I've gone to many. Tom Ferry's hitting on me already, $200 for a 2-day seminar, and that's a 2-day. So I thank you for an every 4 or 5 day a week hour or a half an hour. Sometimes it's an hour, but at least a half an hour we get. So yes, I'm very appreciative of you helping us out.
Thank you much, Eva. And it's pretty awesome that Eva recognizes what is available. And guys, we could have the best training outlined. We could, it's, other than us being with you in your city, you know, and I've never been to LA. I need to go and get discovered and all that good stuff, right? But until then, I'm going to have to work. Yeah.
I'm a little about that called "Do You Know the Way to San Jose?"
Yeah, do you know the way to San Jose? But Eva, you know, other than us being right there and doing the work for you, you know, we've laid it right on a platter. But you have to take it.
We've come a long way together. I'm telling you, and people, for you new Rams and new sales associates, and John knows, we've been here from the beginning in Maryland. We have been a step by step, and we've all learned a few things together along the way. And I got to say, the company's also very good on taking your suggestions. So don't be afraid to give them ideas because everybody is always learning. You know, my mama said, if you didn't learn something new every day, you know, you can't say you know everything. You got to learn something new every day. So I try to. That's one of my goals. And
yeah, boy, I tell you what, and this business is changing so much as well. So again, thank you, Eva. Can't thank you enough. Yeah, awesome. So what I'd like to do is, before we get David, not to be confused with Michael Bolton on here, is I had, let me see here, it is a link that I want you know, everyone to just check out. You may think, well, October, everyone was supposed to be compliant. You know, and the cards, if you notice, you probably have a chip on your card now. And this is...
Well, I have one that doesn't have one yet.
Yeah, it's a MasterCard had a Visa. So I've noticed that. So let me go ahead and pull up this link. If anybody wants this link, just contact your national sales director. They all have this, okay? So they've all been emailed this, and this is just an article from April 7th of this year. This isn't old, from Money Magazine. So, you know, don't believe everything you find on the internet. Well, you know, you want to check everything out. Money Magazine's pretty solid. So 3 things that you need to know. And change is hard. So we understand this, and 6 months ago there was a sea of change in the credit card payment industry. And this is what Eva's alluding to, is it's hard to keep up with all the changes, right? Well, these are some of the big broad strokes, and I want to, scroll down. There's Target, who got hacked, and why are we doing this? And you're going to get some of your businesses. I'm not worried about that. I've got insurance. Well, guess what? You want to get compliant. If you get hacked, you've got to call every client from 3 to 6 months ago and say you need a new card. That's not very good marketing for your company just because you had insurance. You might get covered for that charge back, but you're worried about yourself instead of your clients. It's not going to get you very far. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So
I'm insured.
I'm insured.
I want to get the Zuma virus because I've got health insurance.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if you hear a business like that, you're going to get them. And now there's momentum, but I just want to pull this up. 70% of MasterCard credit cards do have the chip in them. By the end of 2017, it's 100. You guys have a window of opportunity. Now, the retailers are behind. Now, Eva, John Taylor, Marilyn York. Remember that, man, if you started in November, December, it was rough. Well, we thought it was they were busy, and they actually point this out right here, was the fact that a lot of retailers didn't want to make a big change during the holidays. Now they're getting a little more open to listening to you. So for those of you who have already planted the seed, you really, really want to make sure that you're playing the numbers game, and this is the best numbers game I've ever seen. If they accept Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, they are a client. We will get them approved. Okay? So retailers didn't want to change back in the day. That excuse is over. Now, I do want to point out the bigger numbers that I looked at. Right? How many terminals have been updated? It's closer to 30 to 40%. That tells me 60 to 70% of the businesses out there aren't ready.
Huge market.
Oh, so you again have a outstanding opportunity as a regional account manager to get your 50% on every credit card that's swiped in those businesses. And guys, if they've already, they may have a contract with a third-party leasing company, well, you can slide right in there and get that business now too. So let's go ahead and finish up here with David, not to be confused with Michael Bolton. He would like to share. And I think David is running the same track here as Eva, and we have mentioned this. But let me go ahead and unmute you, David. There you go. David, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You there, David? Yes, we can hear you fine, David. You've got the floor. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Thanks a lot, Scott. Listen to you, man. You are the man. You are the man.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Where am I? Wait a minute. Where am I?
The priorities are due.
Let me back up here. I meant Eric. Scott, you the man too, but Eric is the man I was after. My mistake there on that one. But
there you go. And
nice recovery. Nice recovery.
Yeah, and listen, thank you for being such a sport when I'm playing with your name here. David Bolton, not to be confused with Michael Bolton. So I really appreciate that you haven't taken offense to that. I don't mean to offend anybody. We're just having fun here too.
My heart is too big for that. I love people too much for that. And I'm a joker too. And I'm a preacher and I'm a joker. So I have a lot of fun with people. And I love what you guys are doing. But I just wanted to say, I decided to look at some groups, some meetup groups. And in fact, I got one here on my desk I'm looking at. It's a breakfast group. And they meet in the morning. But last night I went out and I'm the only potential person there would be a card processor, and I'm thinking about joining. In fact, I'm going to join. I just gotta get my duckies in the water. So they charge a little bit. I say a little bit by comparison to what we're doing. I love this. I've always had the idea to have residual income, and I've been in a bunch of business networking and MLMs, and I mean, I've been in a lot. At my age, I've been through a lot of things, but I worked 30 years for a company, and I retired 20 years ago, and I started back last month I got involved doing this. I think last month or month before. First month I couldn't really get my feet going, but I'm one of those people. I got the bulldog tenacity. I don't believe in quitting. I will not quit. I'll go down with the ship. So I'm here to do this thing. It's a challenge right now, but I'm going to do it. And I take challenges like water on a duck's back and slide right off. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for doing the training. Thank you. I just thank you for everything that you do.
All right, Michael, one of the things, this is Scott. Appreciate you coming on this morning with us.
Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry.
I just need you, when you're done today, if you would call into your national sales director. Who's your national sales director?
Vic.
Vic?
Mm-hmm.
Call in or call me, and I want to talk to you about a marketing idea for you.
Mm-hmm. And that's where you're going to leave it? So nobody knows what this marketing idea is?
Well, he happens to be a preacher. He happens to be in there. And we're going to talk about charitable donations and how we can get in and do credit card processing for large charitable donations and utilize that with the people in the church to be able to go to their businesses and show them a way that they can donate more to the church of their choice, and by using the savings from their credit card processing in order to fund it. And so a lot of times people don't have a lot of money that they want to give more, but if we can find them money that that's not in their budget right now, that is free money, they would save somebody $300 or $400 a month. How much good can that do when it goes out to help other people? And so we can help people help others in that space. And so I'm doing that with another couple of people that are approaching that way, and it seems to be getting some pretty good traction. So, Michael, I want to talk to you about that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And just getting to some questions here, and guys, you heard it right from David's mouth. Hey, I wasn't going to quit. Eva, same thing. Marilyn York, same thing. Guys, the ones who are starting to getting that residual check every month for things they did in previous months, some of us have connections like Scott where you can come right out of the gate and just say, hey, here's his sales pitch. Hey, help me out. I'm in a brand new business. I just need your merchant statement to submit. And that was it. And guess what? Somebody will give you those statements. But what happens when you actually have to hit the turf, right?
Just remember that Ray Kroc offered a penny a hamburger to anybody that would help him fund $5,000 to get McDonald's started. Can you imagine how much money that person would have now for 1 penny a hamburger just to help out? He had to have faith in something that is a valid, growing business. That's what you've got here. So, the pennies that you put in now are going to turn into big dollars later.
Yep, absolutely. So, and we're getting some questions like, how can we tell if they're compliant? Ask them, point blank. How do you know if you're compliant or not? Sometimes they may or may not know. If they don't know, I bet you they're not. So, that type of thing. So there's really no way to pre-qualify your businesses, John. I think that's where you're going with that question. It is a numbers game. And visually you can look and see if their equipment isn't from, at least October brand new and moving forward, they're not. And the point is that they're not. Yeah, if there's not where you actually insert the credit card, they're not. So and Eva John Taylor is from L.A. She's from L.A., not Maryland there. And I'm just going over a couple of the questions. I think Jana wanted to ask Eva a question. I'm not sure what DMO is, normal DMO. What Jana, what she's doing is she's got other jobs and she's working around her time, both breakfast and after lunch. You guys understand most of those networking items occur either before work or after work. And it's once or twice, maybe a month, once or twice a week. The frequency is something that will be, state to state, city to city. But this is something that, guys, we've preached this for a while, is go ahead and get the business owners out of their store. Approach them when they're not working, and busy. You can still make it happen, but it's a little harder. So, again, work smart, not hard, and be one of those rare people, because not a lot of people are getting paid for things they have done month in, month out for work they had done previously. That's rare. That type of income is rare, right? You got, most people are out there. You got to get up the next day. If I'm going to get paid, got to be there. Well, this is a way to do it opposite, and it is rare, right? It's not necessarily super easy if you do not have a good network that you've nurtured throughout the years, right? But is it impossible? Absolutely not. We've got some guys. The gentleman that we were going to have on today was brand new, and Buddy just went out, and ignorance is bliss, right? He doesn't know probably what EMV is. But guess what? He knows this. The more merchant statements I get, the more money I'm going to make. And it is a numbers game. And again, you will get the support that you need to be successful. But you're the point guy. That's why you're making, as a regional account manager, 50% commissions. It's pretty darn high in this industry. And you get that every month, regardless of your monthly production. It is a beautiful thing. That frees you up. It's not necessarily about the money, and we hear that. Hot spots, we're trying to hit your hot button right now. That's exactly what I'm doing. But it frees your time up. Spend more time with the kids, right, Eva? Spend more time with the family. Because I don't have to be out there, killing the day just so I've got some food later today to eat. So it really does. It's that easy. Break it down in your mind, that easy. And when you feel like you're about ready to, maybe this isn't for me, remember why you got started in this to begin with. This is why. So we really appreciate it. And again, guys, have a great weekend. Stay out of trouble if you can. Now remember today, again, we just want to wish you all a happy Friday the 13th. Okay, so if you see this guy, don't ask him if he accepts Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. Probably want to turn around and run. So have a good one. Hit your goals.
Find out where he got his mask and get them to sign up.
Yeah, he bought that somewhere, right? So, but guys, have a good weekend. Remember, always be closing.
ABC.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to come across opportunities Saturday and Sunday that just keep your eyes open. Be aware. Like Scott, he was throwing cards next to a guy and Church's Chicken. We're moving on that one, right? That's a pretty good thing. That's a great story to finish up with. Talk about a testimonial.
Just one the other night. MRA Associates just emailed me back just a minute ago.
Scott, nice to meet you. Yep, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, great story.
Tell your story wherever you're at. You'll never know who you're telling it to.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some great deals made on the golf course and airplanes, restaurants, and places of public where you talk to people. Be friendly. I love to ask people what kind of business they're in and what they do. People will tell you lots of different things, and those conversations will lead to fruit down the road. Have fun with it. Have some fun with this business.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jana, if it's okay with Eva, I'll go ahead and get a contact number if you need to, et cetera, Jana. We want to make sure. I know Jana's been kicking it right now. She's got a lot of things out there. Yeah. So we want to, if you ask for help, we're going to give it to you. As a regional account manager, that's what we are here for. Thank you, guys. We're going to go ahead and stop the recording. Remember, this will be posted on your training module later today. So go to your live presentations. Very good one. Actually, I had more fun today than normal when we just have one on. We had 3 on today, guys. So you got triple the presentation for the same price. It's the same price. So this will be posted. This will be posted. Thank you very much, and we'll be talking to you Monday. Same place, same time.